from a bunch of the reading that I've done in preparation for this episode, they do say that like selecting which goals not to go for is just as important as selecting the ones you end up going for. So that's a really good call out. If we were to go back to the previous, like the first half of the conversation where we're talking about the fundamental, like bare minimum, minimum viable goal setting idea, from everything I've seen, it's three things that you really need for goal setting and to help you really achieve those goals. The first thing is you need to have goals. A lot of people can't really verbalize the goals that they have, right? And so, like for those who have goals already, you're already ahead of the crowd a little bit. You need to write them down. Apparently, preferably in pen and paper. I was seeing, I think it was Dr. Andrew Huberman. He had an episode about how to achieve goals in a meaningful way. Really good episode. We'll link it in the description. And he mentioned that writing activates just different parts of your brain and makes things more memorable. Like it other than like typing, you writing things down in pen and paper, is actually like shown to create just different reaction with the human body that kind of makes things more memorable. It makes things stick. So he really recommends writing things down pen and paper when possible. Obviously you can't always do that, but I think for this kind of thing, it's an easy way to kind of at least get started. And then the third thing is you need to look at your goals quite often. I can't tell how many times in the past I've had 5, 6, 7 goals written down somewhere, and then they just kind of disappear, whether it's like an old database or it's the journal that I open. I'm like, I'm going to write every single day this year in this journal. And then I wrote it in for a week and a half in January, and then it kind of disappeared along with some of my goals. So I think having a way to look back and to be reminded daily is really key. And that's actually something that I need to change about my own approach this year. And so I'm doing something that I've never done this year with my goal setting, which is creating a vision board, which just even feels weird to say, but it's such an interesting exercise, and it's mostly done, but I just have a couple of small last things to do. And so for those who don't know, like a vision board, it's just like it's imagine like a whiteboard that you just put a bunch of images and quotes and graphs and numbers on that essentially are tying together the highest level idea of my annual plan. So I kind of designed
my physical or digital.
It's physical. I was gonna do digital, but then I ended up doing it physical. So it's gonna live like it's gonna be in the bedroom, and so I'm gonna see it every day when I wake up. The things I really like about this idea is that it makes it very approachable, because on this vision board, like you can include images and like the ideas, as opposed to just like the check boxes and the numbers and everything else. So it kind of softens up a little bit. It makes it something that you actually want to look at, not something that you feel guilty looking at. Because I feel like sometimes if you have like a goal tracker and you're doing really badly, it can just be like, I don't even want to look at it. So it kind of defends against that happening. So it gives you like motivation to think back at your goals, because you do have this very like approachable visual that's helping you out. And then because it's me, I'm going to have some graphs on there. I'm going to have some charts on there, because obviously I'm Mr. Graphs himself. So that has to be in there for sure. And yeah, it's just going to be like the highest level. And so it's going to be something that I hopefully will like be excited to look at every day. And it's going to be motivating moving forward. I've never done it before. I don't know exactly what to expect. But I think it's a really approachable and easy way to kind of get started on this kind of thing. And I would recommend people to at least look at it and see if it's something that they think might be interesting. So yeah, I would say those are the three fundamentals.